And so folks, good morning. This is Verity News, been really on the laboratory 1947. So folks, we woke up to a surprising news this morning from the end of the Solidarity for Trust and a New Day civil society group being headed by former Mobile Malu. So this place, this morning, we got to a news of fire guttering the office of the Solidarity for Trust on a New Day stand. So yeah, you see, this place got burned. The inside of this building got burned to this level, as you can see here. As you can see, this entire building here from the inner part of it got burned to this level. See this. See this. See this. What might have caused this fire is yet unknown. We cannot establish at this point. As you see, all of those materials got burned completely. The roof, the ceiling here as well got damaged in the process. Got damaged in the process. See here. This morning, surprisingly, inside there got affected. So you want to check in. Want to check in this area. This is the okay. So as you can see, so the entire building, you can see here, the entire building this morning. Surprisingly, we woke up to this news of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day headquarters here in Congo Town. This is the civil society group that have planned a stage protest for December 17, 2025. This is a civil society group that have a stage protest coming up. And ahead of the protest, the office of the Solidarity for Trust and a New Day got burned. Bring to, as you can see it here for yourself. This building was on fire not too long. When the area got on fire, where the fire service arrived here. Okay, we've been told that the fire service were able to have intervened to help quench this fire. Have to be careful. Have to be careful this morning. So this is it. The office of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day is got us fired. It got burned completely. You see it here. You see it here to this extent. Got burned to ashes. The entire internal part of this building got affected. Okay, so this is it this morning, folks. We are fixing some internet problem. I don't know, it's kind of bad this morning, but again, here's it. The solidarity for Charles and New Day stand headquarters here in Congota got burned last night or this morning. Was it this morning, Chief? It got burned this morning, so here is it. Coming up, we will speak to the chairperson, Mobile Malu. He's expected to speak to the media on this tragic situation. He's expected to speak to the media on this situation. So we will be speaking to Mobile Malu, the chairperson of the Solidarity for Trust on a New Day. I see he has a pointed finger already. So we will be speaking to him to know exactly from which angle okay, so stand headquarters here in Congota got fired, got burned. The internal part were affected hugely. The internal part of the building, in fact, the conference hall, this is the conference hall. The conference halls of the building got damaged as well. Ceiling. So the entire internal part of this building got affected. We've been told that with the help of the fire service, they were able to have intervened to help. The fire service was able to have intervened to quench this fire. So these are some of those materials. These are some of those materials that got damaged this morning from the stand office here in Congota. These are some of those materials that got damaged. So we don't know as to whether it's an electrical fault or something else. Well, but then the chairperson of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day, Mobile Malu, will speak to the media on what exactly happened and how they were able to have encountered this situation. Who were on shift as security here this morning before the situation happened. So yes, there are more things, there are more questions to be asked, and we will ask the necessary questions concerning this. But until then, this is it. Until then, this is it. This is exactly very frustrating. This is very frustrating on the part of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day stand, as its official party headquarters got burned a day to its upcoming protests. This to its upcoming protest stand office. So folks, for those of you watching, share this live and invite others to witness as we are here this morning bringing you this live coverage from the headquarters of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day stand here in Congo Town. This morning we got to a surprising news that the institution headquarters got burned this morning, and we are here, and this is exactly what it is. Belongings, properties. So it was so somehow good that the entire building from the out part never got affected, but we made the internal part got burned completely, as you can see here this morning. So the chairperson will speak to us shortly. He has a point. He has some information to be given concerning this tragic situation of the Stain headquarters being burned this morning, and so these are questions we'll be asking. Where were those securities? Because we've been told that those securities who have been here live have been threatening on multiple occasions. We've been told that those complaints, those threatening remarks were forwarded to the Liberia National Police as complaint from the Solidarity of Trust and New Day, that in fact we got informed that our security apparatus here, who is a son at this office, the other time got beaten by some officers. It's an allegation though, that he was madly beaten by some officers, and that complaint was forwarded to the Liberia National Police. We've been told that attempts were made. We've been told that attempts were made on getting this area burned by some unknown individuals. There have been several attempts, and now this is it. Though it's an allegation, but authorities of this institution have told authorities of the place have told us that there were several attempts to get this area burned. But again, this is it, and we cannot This is exactly what it is this morning. This area got burned completely. The internal part of this area got burned to this level that some belongings, some materials got burned as well. The conference room, the executive chairperson office got burned as well. The receptionist desk got burned, as you can see. The ceiling got damaged. The ceiling got damaged to this extent. So we wanted to know exactly what's the cause of this fire. We will speak to the chairperson and to tell us his own view on how he got the information that his office or the institution movement headquarters got on fire. He will speak to us who were those securities that were on duty when this situation happened. He will also speak to us. But until then, we ask the movement, the Solidarity for Trust and New Day, to take solely in the law at this moment. And this is something no one wish of anybody, despite political alignment, despite political different political views. This is something you can't wish for a fellow man, and this is indeed sad on the part of Morlu and his institution, the Solidarity for Trust and the New Day. Looking at this point, whereas they have a stage protest for December 17, you know what it means to run after programs, to plan programs day in and day out, only to reach or to reach at a point where that program is expected to be undertaken, and you got this setback of the headquarters being burned. But again, this is it. These things happen at times in life, and you always get prepared for the unexpected. You always get prepared for the unexpected. And yeah. So indeed, if you are following, please share this live and invite others to witness. Let your comment flow in this comment section. What do you make up of this incident? What do you make up of this incident? And if you are watching as well, please send that empathetic. So this is the building. The internal part of this building, as you can see here, is a bit okay from the external part of this building. As you can see, it's a bit okay. The external part of this building is a bit okay. This is it. So we've been told with the help of fire service, the fire was able to have extended out here. We've been told with the assistance of the Liberia National Fire Service. The fire was able to have reached out to that extent, but despite that, the internal part of this building got burned completely. Properties got damaged. Yeah. So whether it's on the grounds of political alignment, whether it's on the grounds of seeing Morlu as someone different, but again, this is frustrating that no man will wish for his friend. So if you are watching this live, please try to send an empathetic message to Mobile Malu and his solidarity for Trust a New Day. Yeah, please let the comment flow. Share this morning as we bring you this live. My name is Achi and this is Verity, and we've been here this morning bringing you this live coverage from the office of the Solidarity for Trust and New Day stand. Yeah.
Early this morning, woke up to the news of fire outbreak at the office of STEM here in DC. Damaged completely. And here you see this office. Another one. See this body damage. This one completely damaged.
This place is completely.
Our National Fire Service was called in and they did manage to quench the fire for the damage been caused already. Damage has been caused already. You can see some chairs. Yeah. You see some chairs, furniture, all damaged by the fire. So this is where Mobile Malu usually host a press conference.
So we toured the internal part of this building earlier on, and you were able to have seen how this building got affected. We earlier toured the internal part of this building from the conference room to the hallway, to the reception area, to his office as well. And you saw how this building got affected. And so we're still waiting. As soon as we get a signal, we will be conducting an interview with the chairperson, Mobile Malu. He's going to speak to us and have some information to give to the public concerning this. We're still here to hear from Mobile Malu. As soon will be speaking to us, and there are a few other questions to be asked concerning this entire situation. Who were those securities on ship this morning when the incident happens, and how the fire managed, to reach to this extent? Yes, we also ask those questions. Yes.
We want to talk to Mr. Mobile Malu shortly. Understand he's around. We want to talk to him to tell us as to what extent this has caused the STAND movement. STAND is the organizer of the December 17th protest, which is planned for a week from now. So this is the office. We want to see whether this fire is still there outside, but it's just in the building. Just in the building.
So this is it. This is also part of this building, as you can see. So this is the also part of this building. So yes, this is it. Ahead of it, just ahead of it, national news. So we're going to speak to Mobile Malu here.
About fire got in his office. Mr. Morlu, welcome to the media. It's quite unfortunate we are seeing the stand office in this kind of position. How did you get the information and what happened?
Well, first of all, it is unfortunate that a civil society organizational office will be firebombed by individuals we believe are linked and are working for the government of the Republic of Liberia. We believe they was clearly orchestrated to silence civil society and to also undermine, if not jeopardize entirely, the December 17th lead or leave protest, which in my view is a failed attempt. They have been trying to burn down these premises for days. You are aware, before the July 17th protest, the police invaded our premises and we made it public. My vehicle was attacked at the intersection of Dupont Road, and at another instance, I was attacked at all these tragic incidences were made public through the media. And today our headquarters has been firebombed. I had not been the immediate intervention of the fire service department, they would have been entirely burnt down. You can see the damage that was done to the facility. All of our computers, office, furniture burned down. So a few days ago, unidentified men wearing masks intruded State's premises and placed security guard in a compromised position and threatened to burn down the place by using incendiary materials. The security guard was beaten, he's right at the back. He was beaten, and I had to send to the hospital the next day. The medical reports are available, prescription, everything from the hospital is available. He had gone to the hospital to be treated in the aftermath of the beating by unknowing men. They did not succeed in burning down the facility. And this morning, another group of unidentified men, mostly wearing masks, came again early morning hours, and I was alerted by security on the premises. And so, as one who believes in the rule of law, who, despite the fact that the police has demonstrated egregious sort of disfavor, egregious display of arrogance and harm towards STAN and its membership, but yet we thought to give the police the benefit of the doubt. So I went to the police depot this morning at around between 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was before the place got the fire?
That was before the fire incidents. Okay. And I complained to the police and depicted the entire scenario, gave them a complete narrative of what has been happening in the last few days, if not week. Along with the security guard that was beaten by these unidentified men, that the security guard claimed they had said him from the state security apparatus. And he said, according to him, that he believed that they are innocent agents by the way they maneuvered. And the police recorded the complaint, created a case file. I have the case number, and I asked them to protect the facility. And then we left, went home, only to be called at morning hours around 5, anywhere from 5 to 5:30, 5:45, that our headquarters was on fire, and the fire service was trying to put up the fire. And so that was how I came on the scene, and then I was speechless because I would have never thought that such things were possible in during this dispensation of political processes that people will perpetuate this much violence against a civil society institution, mostly, especially the government led by a senior citizen who witnessed the detrimental effect of these kinds of heinous attacks against civil society in his last 45 years of governance. So I was completely speechless. I did a brief video to alert the public that this was happening here at the State headquarters. You saw the fire truck. They were very successful in sort of reducing the impact of the fire bombing. So that's what happened. Our headquarters has been firebombed. We believe it was done by the direct instruction of the president. We believe that it's an attempt to silence civil society. We believe it was engineered to disrupt the December 7th protest. And I have a message for the government of Liberia and the President Bonkai that these efforts will not succeed, but we remain undeterred, we remain resilient and energized to continuously engage and for these other things. We will not be here that happens. So that will only happen if we are dead first. So we are prepared to go to the extreme. But the extreme means the extremity of advocacy by subjecting ourselves to greater danger, to remain non-violent, to remain peaceful, but resilient and unrelenting in our quest to ensure that advocacy in this country will be perpetuated on the good governance, fundamental rights, democracy, and all upheld as a country responsible to ensure these basic tenets of society will remain a way of life.
Mr. Morlu, sorry, let's get some understanding. This building has 2 iron gates, the back and front. What did the security tell you? How did they manage somebody open this plate and set inside the building on fire?
Well, they have to explain that. These are state security actors. They are state security actors. This gate has not been very functional in the last few weeks. As a matter of fact, they damaged this gate, and I managed to repair the gate just a few days ago. Okay, and so they know how to do their thing, but they've been making many attempts to destroy the premises here. The security man was beaten, okay, by these state security actors to carry out their sinister motives. So they are experts in their area of expertise. They know how to carry their illegitimate and selfless operations. But what we can say is that we will remain resilient. We will remain unmoved until what is right and proper is carried out by this government, and nothing will intimidate us or to haste us to back up.
Honorable Morlu, we are basically sorry for what happened, but we basically want to look at what was the condition of the building in terms of electricity before this stuff before the building got on fire.
Well, the building has electricity connection, but there has never been any electrical problems since we leased this property. There has never been any electrical problems.
I saw the double choke, they stay intact.
Fine, not so of course. I mean, I'm not an electrical expert, but you will come to notice that everything is intact, just as you independent journalists have found out. So this cannot be done. It can be traced to electricity. All right, it's not a malfunctioning of the electrical system of the building. So and besides that, what is even much more pronounced, eloquently pronounced by their actions, is that it's not the first time they've been making attempts. An attempt was made a few days ago. All right, and this iron gate was damaged. And every time the damaged facilities to carry out their sinister motives, we will repair it. And then we thought this time around it was time to alert the government through the Liberia National Police at the Zone 3 depot here. And so the case is documented, there's a case file opened. We would have thought that after registering this complaint, the police authorities would have taken steps to protect the property. But a few hours after we registered the case, I was taken out. So were the arsonists or the attackers escorted or were operating under the escort of the police department or the police force or the police director? Did he give the instruction? Did he provide escort details? Because this is an open community right on the road. So for people to come and are so brazen to attack the offices of a civil society institution right on the main road will mean to me that that bravery has to be supported by something other than the ordinary. So I believe this, by virtue of the facts that we are unraveling, that this was completely carried out, calculated by agents of the government of Liberia, and there was a state-sponsored attack to silence civil society and undermine the planned December 17th protest, which will not be undermined even at the peril of our lives.
To what extent the fire affected the solidarity with trust and unity? To what extent?
Of course, it will affect our operational processes, our administrative processes. We are not sponsored by government. We will not be sponsored by government. We don't have extra sources from anywhere. We are funded by grassroots who see the validity and the importance of this pro-democratic exercise. So everything you see here were acquired through the donation of our members. Now they've all destroyed, or at least most of them destroyed. There's a tactical delay in our activities, but it is not going to be a strategic delay. We are still determined. This is not enough to undermine the December 17th protest. What has been done is an attempt that will be overcome. We are even more energized. We will rise from the ashes of this destruction stronger and more determined to do what we know to do best. That is to stand up in defense of the people. Democratic governance, good governance is to make sure that President Boakai will lead or he will leave on December 17th.
Mr. Morlu, lastly from my end, before my colleague come in, when you notice that there were serious attempts made by unknown guys to set this place ablaze, even beating the security assigned here, were police were members of the Liberia National Police deployed here to safeguard the property?
No, they were not. As I intimated to you, I filed an official complaint this morning because the armed and dangerous elements that had come here the night before came back this morning. And once I was called by the same security guard that was beaten, as a matter of fact, I will give you all his medical record from ELW Hospital, where he went to seek treatment. Or the same security guard, in fact, I have told him, go home because you are not still fit to go back to work. But he said, Chief, I will not go home because right now, I'm the only person there because we are changing shift. The other guy's shift has not come. So until you can recruit additional security personnel to manage to protect the property, I have to still come. And he came back to work. Very committed, very loyal security guard. But then this morning they came back. And so he called and said, they are back again. And I may not be able to resist them because there are many. If I saw by now displaying ID cards suggesting that they are from NSA, they're asking me to give them because he was protecting the gate. He said, I'm not going to leave from here because you guys came here yesterday, you almost damaged the property, you're going to set fire. I would not leave from here, you will kill me here today. So while you were saying that, you're saying somebody to me to have been informed. So once I got the information, we came back, they had fled, and then I said, look, this is serious, let's go to the police depot. So I instantly talking to the police depot and registered the case, and the police opened a file. I have the case number. Okay, so I would have thought that at that particular time, the police would have deployed officers at the premises to protect the facility, but that wasn't done. Okay, until the fire attack took place, anywhere from 5 to 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay,
thank you. So, Mr. Morlu, will you be open to an investigation from the National Fire Service?
I'm sure they already. I'm sure they did an investigation. The fire department was there. They pulled up the file and they asked a couple of questions. I provided answers, and then they left. So of course we are open to the investigation, even from the police. Even though we believe that this thing was facilitated by the police, but we don't mind. They want to do extra investigation. Now also let me send this message to political leaders who remains seated on the fence. And creating the impression that this is none of their business. Whether it's Alexander Cummings, whether it's former President George Weah, whether it's the Senators, Senator Edwin Snow, or Senator Amara Kone, or whether it's Yombli Kanga Lawrence or Mr. Benina Ure. This is not Mobile Malu's fight. This is your fight. This is about protecting fundamental rights. It's about preserving the rule of law, protecting democracy, and protecting future mechanisms to ensure there's free and fair elections. if they sit down some panel and don't join this process by standing up and speaking out on the side of good versus evil, there will be no 2029 elections. But it will simply be a walk in the park. Every time Joseph Boakai carry out these kinds of actions with impunity, you embolden him to have the faith and confidence that he can steal the elections. Nothing will happen. A few days ago, they were opening party, they were launching fund draft to raise money to build party headquarters. While people are suffering, people are going to be hungry at night, students at the school, there's no healthcare facility for Liberians, for the vulnerable population. There is acute shortage of basic necessities. They are raising money to build party headquarters, but guess what? They were not raising money actually. It was just a money cleaning process. They have dipped their hands in taxpayers' funds, and they're trying to justify that they didn't steal money, but that the money was generated through fundraising. That's not true. All right, they will be using taxpayers' resources to build party headquarters across the country. In Monserrado, if you don't stand to talk now, if you don't stand now to make your voices heard as political leaders of political parties, when will you speak up? By 2029, election will be gone. If they can steal money to build party headquarters, if he's breaking laws to favor his party members to enter government, he's prepared to break the most extreme laws or to take the most extreme actions to break laws to re-elect himself as president. You see the trend in the sub-region. You see the trend in African countries. Tanzania, the president they say he won or she won by 98% of the vote. Cote d'Ivoire, he said he won by 93% of the votes after changing the constitution. In Cameroon, the president there, after 40 years in power, re-elected himself again through electoral fraud. So Joseph Boakai is following the trend, reading the trend, and they will automatically steal elections if they are allowed to consolidate power. So whether it's Alexander Cummings, or former President Weah, or Benona Ure, or Yombekanga Lawrence, all these political leaders, it's time to stand up and speak out. We will not be silent into cowardice. We will not be intimidated by these kinds of brutal actions, firebombing our headquarters. We will always speak truth to power, even at the peril of our lives. But these political leaders have a responsibility to their country to stand up and speak out and take action in defense of democratic governance. If you don't do that, history will not treat you kindly. And you will sit and watch Joseph Boakai enthrone himself as a tyrant and a dictator that will steal elections, and you will be too incapacitated to do anything about that because the police has been weaponized. The Supreme Court is being weaponized by partisan presence. Everything in the country is falling apart. Why are people afraid of Boakai? This is an 85-year-old man that is not thinking properly, that is creating a basis that undermines the rule of law and thwarts democratic governance. And nobody is speaking out. You need to stand up business now for Mobile Malu. December 17th is not about me. It's about governance. It's about free and fair election. It's about the rule of law. See how Kufa was booted out from the speakership. And Rachel Kuhn in through bribery and coercion, influence peddling. Nothing happens and you are not talking. It's time for every Liberian citizen, whether you are a child, whether you are a man, whether you are a woman or leader, it's time for us to embrace the spirit of patriotism and speak truth to power and act. Liberians, get ready. December 17 will not be undermined. Go and mobilize, go and recruit, go and organize. We will be out at the Executive Mansion grounds on December 17th to tell Boakai enough is enough. Lead or you will leave. This is the message to the people, and we are not perturbed. If Mobile Malu falls today, there are thousands of Malus that will rise up instead, that will stand their ground, and they will speak truth to power until Liberia is made better again. Thank you.
So folks, that's it. That was Mobile Malu.
Let's go in again and give you an appreciation.
So this is it. And so, folks, thank you so much. I've been here. My name is Archie Bourne. This is DN-News. Been really living in the Liberia channel 1847. I say thank you all for following us. It's a pleasure to have you. Indeed, you just listening to Mobile Malu. He was able to have provided some information concerning the burning of this facility. And one thing so surprising and interesting to note is that Mobile Malu have said he's open to investigation from the Liberian National Police and the Liberian National Fire Service to ascertain the cause of this fire. He's open to investigation. And so that's it, folks. Thank you so much for following. It's a pleasure to have you. We hope you keep following DN-News and the Liberia channel for more reliable news and updates in Liberia. My name is Archie Bourne. I've been here this morning, and folks, thank you so much for joining us.